everyone, my name is Ormsby and I'd like to share with you my thematic unit that I put together. I chose to go over the life at the zoo, and this would be for second grade. And how I would like to start it off is I would like to be dressed up in like a zookeeper outfit and have the classroom decorated up with, leaves, and maybe even have like jungle noises going on in the background as the students walk into the classroom. And then I would like to open a discussion with them about their favorite zoos and their favorite animals and insects and plants there in the zoo. So I put together my notebook right here, and it's called I'm the Zookeeper, Life at the Zoo. Since I'm dressed as a zookeeper, they would be zookeepers as well, and we would learn about these plants, animals, and insects in the zoo and how we can take care of them and all of that. I have the description right here of the thematic unit, and it talks about, the opening that I just went over and stuff that we would cover, what they would do, materials they would need. And then I have the teaks listed right here. Some of them anyway. There's more to the other sections. And that goes on for a few pages. And then we move on to the metamorphosis, which is the start of the bulletin board. And we have the metamorphosis to go over. We go over different animals and where they come from. And we also go over the plant cycle of the life of a plant. And then also in my notebook I have a description of the math learning station that we'll go over here in a minute, and the science learning station. So let's get to the bulletin board. This one's titled Life at the Zoo. And over here for the metamorphosis I have a little envelope for the insects. Notice I have insects, animals, plants, all the stuff that would be in a zoo. And I have the description right here for the students, and even pictures by it so they get more of a visual. And so they would get a little card and they would pull it out, and this one says egg. So they would need to place it in the right spot of the life of a butterfly. So they put it there, and then they would keep on going until they had it all finished. And then over here on the animals, same thing. We have description and directions of what to do. And they are supposed to pull out a card of an animal, and then they have to figure out where it goes. Do they live, this is an elephant. Does it live in the jungle rainforest? Or does it live in the Arctic tundra, which is a cold climate? Or does it live in a desert? It lives in the jungle. So we would put it here, and they would keep on going until they filled it all out. So let's say we have this one. It's a little polar bear. It would go in the Arctic tundra because it lives in Antarctica. So we move on to the plant cycle. They have the same envelope with directions and the pictures listed. And they are to pull out a card and figure out exactly where it goes. And have all of these ones right here. And like this one, it's the seed stage. So you go right there. Oops, I'm sorry. And then they would keep on putting them down until it's all the way filled out. Okay, let's move on to the math learning station. And I did a little file folder game, and I have the teaks listed on the back of the folder. Excuse me for my dogs. And then, so on this one, it's a little graph with different animals listed on it, and they have the directions right here. They would open this envelope, they would get a card out. And this one is day 1. And it says, today we received a shipment of 3 giraffes, 4 monkeys, 1 lion, 5 snakes, and 2 toucans. So they then have to get in this envelope right here get out markers. And then they would fill in the information on the graph. So we have 3 giraffes. Go to the 3. Fill that out. And they could switch a color if they want, or they can just use the same one they wanted. And they had 4 monkeys, so you find the monkey spot. Go to the 4. Fill that in. Then 1 lion. Find the lion. 5 snakes. Notice for the snakes, there's nothing that says snakes, but it says reptiles, amphibians. Then they would mark that one. And then last 2 toucans, which is a bird, and there's a picture of one. So after they filled it in, they would then get their worksheet that goes to the station, and they would fill in. This card was day 1, so on day 1 they would fill in the information that they just did. And then they would get their eraser, erase it, get a new card, and do all the steps again until you have all 3 days. And then they answer these questions to the findings that they found. And of course, whenever they're done with that, they would have to clean up the station and put everything back where it goes. Okay, then we move on to the science learning station. On this one, we have the peaks listed on this envelope right here, and the directions right here. And this all comes with a worksheet as well. And on this one, what they would have to do is they would have to get cards. And this one is card number 3. And it says, I'm from the Felidae family. I can weigh up to 660 pounds and eat up to 60 pounds in a day. I come from the forests in eastern Russia, China, and North Korea, where I can hide in the trees. So these are 3 different clues that they would have to read. And then from the clues, they would have to put their answers in the 3 different spots to each clue. So this one is, what family am I from? And it says the Felidae family, so they would find the thing, pull it off, put it down. And this one, I can weigh up to 660 pounds, and it says, am I big or small? Well, 660 pounds is pretty big, and their choices are, I am not that big, or I'm really big. So they would pick, I'm really big. And then the last one is, where do I live? And this one says, in a forest where they can hide in trees. And the answers are cold climate, jungle, or desert. And we know the desert doesn't have trees, and it doesn't talk about being cold. So jungle would be it. So once they got that, they would look at the wheel on what am I, and they would look to see what animal would match it. And that one looks like it would be it, a tiger. So then they would go from card 3 is their answer, and they would go to number 3 and write in tiger. I am a tiger. And then they would keep on doing that with all of the other cards until they had it all filled in. And how I would like to continue with this unit is, I would like to, have them dress up as a zookeeper when they're done, and then once we have all of our findings and we invite other classes to come in and look at everything that they have learned and accomplished and enjoy life at the zoo. So I hope you enjoy my thematic unit, and I enjoyed having this class with you guys. Thank you.